Good day everyone. It's Tammy up again with the recipe of how to make chin chin. So today I'm going to be making chin chin. First, you're going to need in your flour, your sugar, your egg, your oil, baking powder, nutmeg, milk or diluted milk, and salt. So first, I'm going to be adding my flour. So I'm going to be adding 1 cup of flour and also sugar. So I added half cup of flour of sugar, I mean. So I'm going to be adding salt, 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon of nutmeg also, and also 1 teaspoon of baking powder. So now I'm going to be mixing them together. Now I'm going to be adding my egg. I'm adding just 1 egg, and I'm also going to be adding half cup of oil or butter. So now I'm going to be mixing using my hands. So now I'm going to be adding 1/2 cup of milk. So like I said before, you can use either granulated sugar, powdered sugar, or normal sugar. But for me, I used normal sugar, which that's not powdered sugar or caster sugar. And some people, according to their taste, they love sugar, they really like sugar, so you can use the amount of sugar according to what you want. And also, as I also said before, you can add milk. So like I said before, you can add either oil or milk, but for me I prefer oil to butter. So now I'm going to be taking my dough and putting it on a clean surface. So now I am going to add flour on the clean surface, which I've done, and I'm going to be placing my dough just to mold it better. So you're going to keep adding flour until the dough is really smooth. So like now I'm adding my flour. So I'm going to keep sprinkling flour and keep molding it. So I'm going to sprinkle more flour and mold it. So now I'm going to mold it. Like you can see now, it's already getting into a smooth texture. It's becoming a smooth texture. So now I'm going to put it into a bowl now and just leave for like, let it settle for like 15 or 10 minutes. So now the dough is set. So I'm going to place it on a clean surface, which I've added flour. You just sprinkle a little bit of flour on the surface, and now. So I'm going to be cutting the dough into two. So as I said, my tools for today is, I'm not going to be using a rolling pin. I'm going to be using a bottle or a drink bottle, anyone. But for I'm going to be using this bottle, and I'm going to be using to roll my dough. So as I said earlier, you sprinkle some flour on the surface you're going to be using, and now I'm going to be rolling the dough. You have to sprinkle some flour on the dough also. Now I'm going to be rolling it. As you roll, you sprinkle more flour on the dough. So I'm going the reason why I'm adding sprinkling flour on the dough is so that the dough doesn't get sticky to the rolling pin or the bottle you are going to be using, so it doesn't get sticky. That's the reason I'm sprinkling flour. And for earlier, you can cut the dough according to the size you can roll, but for me I can roll this size. That's why I'm cutting to this size. So now I'm going to be cutting it to the appropriate size. You can cut it according to the way you want. You can cut it to be thin or to be a little bit fat. The more you cut, the thinner you cut, the thinner it's crunchy. So now I'm going to be cutting it just so now I'm going to be cutting it string by string so it doesn't like join together. That's why I prefer cutting it this way. So now the dough has been cut into smaller pieces. I cut the dough into smaller pieces. So now I'm going to be setting it on a tray. Just put it there. So now I'm going to be frying my chin chin. So I'm going to be adding oil to the pot. So now I'm going to be pouring my oil into the fry pan. So I'm going to be checking if the oil is hot and ready for frying the chin chin by just dropping a piece of chin chin into it, just one. So if the chin chin is like bubbling like this, that means the oil is hot. So now I'm going to be adding the rest of the chin chin to it. So now I'm going to be pouring it into the oil, the pot of oil. So now once the chin chin is golden brown just like this, you take it off the fire. So now the chin chin is ready. You can take it with anything, any cold drink. It's going to go better with cold drink. So thank you. Please like, subscribe, and and also comment and share. Don't forget to share the chin chin with your friends. So please don't forget to hit the subscribe button. Thank you.